My name is Andrew Thompson. I also live at Gracious Estates at Trailer 62. I have lived out there for 4 years. Out of the 4 years, up to about middle of July this year, I've never had to pay once for water. It was all included into my trash and sewage and my lot rent. I had a problem with the lot rent being jacked up, but hey, I didn't have to pay my water bill. Now come this winter, if I don't have my water turned on and kept running, my pipes will freeze. That means I will not have a place for my 5-year-old daughter to stay for the weekend when I have her. This lady that manages Gracious Estates has screwed all of us over out there. One example is my cousin. My cousin was paying $90 a month for water. Now washing none of her clothes, not doing nothing. When she started washing her clothes, her bill dropped down to $36. And we're supposed to be responsible for all the riser problems. We're supposed to be responsible for everybody else's leaks. And yet it don't get us nowhere. I've been unemployed for a year. I got laid off from Curry's after 3 years of working there. And I don't have the money to even pay for a water bill because I can't afford it. If it was included in my lot rent, like most of us, it would be a lot better. And we do need your guys' help out there. They told us that the city wouldn't take us under the city water because it's not a city problem. If it's city water, it's city problem. It ain't private property when it comes to city water. If we're paying for it, we need you guys to help us out and back us up and get it dealt with quick. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Weaver.
Thank you. I'm here as a citizen too. I can do that too. When I talked to some of the residents out at Gracious, you know, I'm not sure what their whole plan was or who else they talked to, but I recommended that they come here tonight because I couldn't believe what I was hearing either. And here's what I do know. Since I've been on the council, we've helped General Foods, we've helped Cargill, we've looked at meter sizes, we've talked about it, we even had a board made up about rates and what we would do. So we've worked with Fortune 500 companies. I think 4 of us here, 4 council members, can direct staff to look into this issue. I'm sure they have 1 meter in their place, and then it goes through that, and then it goes to their homes, and those meters are privately held. So what? They're part of our community, the fabric of our community, and I'll tell you this too, for some of you that don't know, 20 years this has been going on out there. Am I lying? 20 years. Now it's the water issue. I've gone through all kinds of stuff, and I've been told it's a private issue, we can't get involved with it. It's time that we get involved with it. We have resources, we have water guys, we can go out there, we can check the meter, we can look at what we're doing, we can crawl under the thing, we got enough manpower to do that, to straighten this out, because this is terrible. One of the worst stories of bilking I've ever heard. So I hope we direct, and I'm directing you, Mr. Trout, and you, Mr. Meyer, the legal, to go ahead and spend some of your precious time doing that. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Secondly, I want to talk about this letter that we got from Cyclone Steel, about Cyclone Steel, where, Mr. Trout, you said that there's been some private discussions among council members that didn't want to fund the project. You saw the letter, didn't you? You didn't hear that from me. I never had no private conversations. I don't know who you talked to. I'd like to get to the bottom of that, because I didn't talk to anybody privately about that issue at all. Don't speak for me again. Thirdly, and I think Kathy Van Horn here would be, Kathy, is it right? I don't know you, do I? No. We don't want to hold this against them knowing Max Weaver. I just met her on the phone. I think she would be the go-to person to represent her place, to work through her.
That's fine.
All right, thank you. I hope we could do that. I'm all supportive of looking into it. Something's wrong. The other thing, Anita Misich, that's you, right? The superintendent of schools. I met you one other time. You summoned me to your office.
Oh, I didn't summon you.
Well, yes, you did. You said, hey, you'd like to have a word with my time? Come on over to, you summons me. It was all about the Vision Iowa program, and you were so hard. That was part of the pressure we were put under. I met with the superintendent of schools to hear what she had to say. Well, I listened to you. I pretty much did what you wanted me to do. Now, I just got a comment for you. I know you're not been in the fabric of the community or anything for years. You're from a couple of years here. And I'm sure you're reimbursed well, $150,000, $160,000, I'm sure, benefits. Hey, you know what? I live right in that Roosevelt neighborhood since 1952. Went to school there at the elementary and junior high. I really, and I was at the Veterans Day activities of the day, and they didn't appreciate it either. It was commented at the VFW. I didn't appreciate you changing to Lincoln. I think your words were that, well, people get confused when they get on a Roosevelt campus and they don't know which building to go to. Well, that's clearly an issue of yours. Because if you're not educating the people well enough to be smart enough to figure out which building's which, you got the problem. I don't like the name of Lincoln. It'll always be Roosevelt in my mind. Yep. The other thing I want to talk about is Mr. Trout brought it up, and so did Mr. Myers kind of too, city administrator. Our time is precious over the little sidewalk issue. Well, we want to spend staff time on this. Well, I'm taking the gloves off now, Brent. I'm back to where I'm at. Between you and Mr. Meyer, you're knocking down about $250,000 between the two of you. Brent, you belong to 3 or 4 different associations, plus the National Guard. Maybe you need to stick around in City Hall a little more. From what I'm hearing you complaining tonight about time and a concern that citizens gave me about shoveling, I think you need to stick in town. Maybe get off a board or two. Or maybe think of retiring from the Guard. We pay you well to be here, to take care of the issues. I find it amusing that you do that. Here's the other thing that I find amusing. We got more lawsuits going on now in the city of Mason City than I've ever seen before in my life. What's going on with that? What are we doing wrong? I don't get it. Thirdly, Royce. Don't know you from anything. Moved here a couple years ago. Comes up to me tonight and tells me what a hole I am. I appreciate that. He doesn't like what I'm doing right now, my lecturing and my blah, 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 blah. Hey, I got thick skin. I've been doing this a long time. When I get John Skipper spoon-feeding you and telling you the untruth, well, she's been doing it. Finally, two meetings ago, he interrupted me. Totally unheard of. Yeah, I get a little sensitive. I'm defensive a little bit, and I'm sorry about that. But if I was an MIT graduate and could give a great delivery, I'd probably be out in California making about $10, $15 million representing some oil company. Thank you.
I'll keep it short. Yeah. Okay, the question I've got is disrespect here on the city council. I've been coming to these meetings regularly for quite a while. One member seems to think that he can direct or interrupt anytime he wants to and be vocal, interrupt the mayor, even been name calling. Now for the second meeting, it's been brought up about the police department giving citations for houses with junk or unkept around it. I want to live in a safe, clean town, period. There's ordinances to guard that. And I think some of us need to go home and stand out in our front street and take a look at your house. And if you feel that that is what Mason City Code is, then I guess we don't need nothing. Because the city has a code and an ordinance. I wish you'd pay attention to it and follow it. Thank you.